creatures is Screeching Cars. I wanted to make a quick video about the brand new Maserati MC20. It's a mid-engine supercar from Maserati, a brand that is not known for supercars these days. It has a twin-turbo V6 putting out 620 horsepower, does 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, and has a starting price of $216,000. So it really is a supercar, although an entry-level one, if there is such a thing, designed to compete with the Huracan, the upcoming Artura from McLaren. There's been a lot of hype around this car, the sentiment that Maserati is back. While I do feel like this is a good car, it looks good, it's a original, unique design without looking too outlandish, and it does make a value proposition that is designed to make up for the lack of brand name mainly. I also did watch Doug DeMuro's video where he said it doesn't drive quite as well as some of the competition, and the interior is very basic, more of a stripped down, almost what I would think it's similar to a Lotus, similar to a Lotus Evora, which is about half the price. Kind of mimics that stripped down interior that Lotuses tend to have. A lot of people are acting like Maserati is heading in the right direction, replenishing that brand name, and I just don't think so. And here's why. Maserati has an upcoming compact SUV called the Grecale. It's a compact luxury SUV. Will have a starting price around $40,000. Not too much of this has been confirmed, by the way, but essentially an X3 GLC type car will compete with those cars. And I think that Maserati has to make a decision as to where the brand is heading. You can't put out the MC20 and the Grecale. Those are the opposite ends of the spectrum, because Maserati has those two options. Either go back up to competing with the likes of Lamborghini, McLaren, and Ferrari, or you go down essentially where they've been heading the past 20 or so years or more, and start to compete with Mercedes, BMW, Audi, etc. A much more crowded space, but there's a lot more volume to be had there. And I mean, I think that's where Maserati is heading. I think the MC20 will probably sell well while there's hype around it, maybe the first year or two. The second year might actually see a jump in sales if production, the supply chain issues get resolved with that, and they can get the production up higher, then they might actually sell a little more of them the second year. But I think after that, once the hype dies down, this car won't compete with the Huracan or the Artura. I think that Maserati will lean more towards the volume sales with something like the Grecale. I think Maserati will release a smaller sedan, maybe based off the Giulia. Another thing to keep in mind is that Maserati is not in a good financial state. This is a company that has lost hundreds of millions of dollars the past few years, and it is under Stellantis, which virtually every Stellantis brand is in dire straits at this point, and a lot has to happen with all those brands. Electrification is another place where many of the Stellantis brands, including Maserati, have not gotten a jump on the competition. It's one thing that could have put Maserati back into play with either segment, whether it be more on the supercar end and even hypercar into that spectrum, or down more with just typical volume luxury cars. Stellantis has not expressed too much of an interest in electric cars. The Grecale is rumored to have an internal combustion engine option as well as an electric motor option. At the end of the day, we will have to just see what happens with Maserati. I do not think there's a positive outlook on the brand. Leave a comment, let me know what you think of the new MC20. What do you think of the Grecale? And what do you think of Maserati as a whole? Where's this brand going? So sorry if this video was a little all over the place. I didn't really write a script or anything. Just wanted to get some stuff out of my head real quick. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.